Google me.
Be on camera.
Yes, you did, Coach. You won.
Thank you.
The playoffs here, chaos, and we are cashing in on madness. Welcome back to Keep It in Sports. We are kicking things off with our NFL full divisional round breakdown, instant reaction, complete recaps, and the film study you need to see. From the Texans' defensive scheme to the Seahawks' absolute domination, we're covering it all. Plus, we are looking ahead right now. We've got the NFL Conference Championship predictions, possible bets you need to lock in before the line moves. We're breaking down the opening odds and telling you where the smart money is going for the title game. But we also going to bring up the fallout of Buffalo. The following story: Sean McDermott has been fired. We're tracking the Bills' locker room reaction. The top candidate to replace Sean McDermott. Is this a new era for the Buffalo Bills? And we can't forget history was made. The first team since 1996, Florida Gators, to be a first to win the national championship. The Indiana Hoosiers were reacting to the legendary Fernando Mendoza dive jump, that great play he made. Plus, we're going to talk about I see teams ranking them, and I'm going to tell you why you can't rank them all the time. It's crazy. And the king of the throne, LeBron James, is not an all-star. And let's be honest, it's represented. But Ant deserves to be an all-star, and he is not. We're going to tell you who should have been out. All of that. It's the biggest weekend of sports getting ready, coming up. Let's keep it now and get into it.
I just can't get into podcasts. They're so boring.
You're missing out. You guys should really check out this new one. It's called Keep It 99.
Keep It 99, huh?
Yes, we are keeping 99. And I am Zelma. And of course, I'm joined with the legendary man himself right on the screen. It is the Munray.
Yeah, we keep it 99 here, and I get to round it off to 100. Your boy Munray Hudson ready to tell you what is, what ain't, and what's the truth.
Yeah. So let's get into the show. We're going to start off first. Yeah, we're going to start off with, of course, the Divisional Round Recap. We're going to start off with, what do you think happened, Munray, in the Buffalo Bills versus Bo Nix game? The Denver Broncos versus the Buffalo Bills.
Josh Allen played well, and the defense gave up 33 points. I mean, it ain't really too difficult. Now, there are some people in the media that are trying to make up every excuse in the book for why, it wasn't Josh Allen's fault, which is a little bit wild. But, I mean, the truth of the matter is the defense gave up 33. Like, they gave up 33, and Josh Allen couldn't pull them out of the hole that they made for themselves. And he had, I'm gonna say an okay game. I say okay because they did put up 30, but he had an okay game. They didn't need an okay game because the okay game comes with the roller coaster Josh Allen that might throw 5 touchdowns and run for 2 and might also throw 4 picks. And you got the one that was trending toward the second one because he had three interceptions. One of them was at the end of the game. 3 interceptions and a really bad fumble before half. So you got the roller coaster Josh Allen, and the team wasn't really able to pull him out of the hole he helped create either. So, Bo Nix and the crew, they rose up to the occasion, and the Buffalo Bills fell short. Like, it was a great game. They fell short. Real simple. And I don't want to go into the was it a catch, wasn't a catch. I'm tired of the Dez Bryant things and all this mess there. Look, it wasn't a catch as far as the NFL said. And even if it was, that was not a guarantee that they would have won the game anyway. Not to mention they were coming back in that game because they was already down from the multiple things that happened. So, it is what it is.
Josh Allen had 64% completions, 283 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 3 fumbles, and 2 interceptions.
That's like with 3 picks. He had 3 fumbles. Oh, Jesus. I said, like this. I said a mid game. I was probably being a little bit nice. It wasn't a good game, to be fair. Like I said mid. It wasn't really mid. It was a pretty rough game.
He had 5 turnovers?
Yeah, it was 5 turnovers. Like as a team, it was 5 turnovers before Mark attributed to him because James Cook had one early.
He had 5 because you got to remember they got a fumble back, so he had 5 turnovers, but they got it back one. So
okay, so yeah, like it wasn't a good game. Like, let's just be real. It wasn't. I was trying to be a little bit nicer, like mid game, but 5 turnovers just isn't good. What about 4 turnovers? First turnovers are not good. Let's just be real.
before that count toward his turnover, but he lost. But he fumbled 3, but he got one back.
Cook had 1 too. So as a team, they had 5 turnovers, but he had 4. It was a mid game. They didn't need a mid game. It wasn't really a good game if you got 4 turnovers on your own. No matter how you want to look at it, it wasn't a good Josh Allen game. We'll go that far. And I mean, sorry, it came up short. And when they came up short again, somebody had to take the blame, and it wasn't Josh Allen apparently.
And let's break down more. He had multiple opportunities. He had a touchdown he could have thrown, but he overthrew it. Matter of fact, on it, let's talk about the interception. It was 2 mistakes made by 2 players on that play. We said we're gonna break it down. First off, he was beat by 3 yards. McMillan admitted that he was beat by 3 yards, and he underthrew the ball. Josh Allen underthrew the ball. There would have been a touchdown if he didn't underthrow it. Am I correct, Murray?
Yeah. He definitely underthrew it, and it was a little bit shocking that he did too.
Yeah, because he was open. Cooks was wide open. Second mistake, Brandon Cooks jumped early, which allowed the corner to come in when he's falling, and you should always attack the ball at the highest point. Murray, you always heard that, right?
Yeah.
You attack the ball at the highest point. If you ever played DB, I played DB. I didn't play receiver, but the receiver's always supposed to attack the ball at the highest point. He jumped early, meaning the ball came to him on his way down, which gives a DB a chance to jump inside your arms, which you never want to always keep the ball away from the receiver. So Brandon Cooks made a mistake on that play, which gave him an opportunity. So if both of them don't happen, he don't make the interception. So that even you always hear take the ball out the referee's hands. If he make the throw longer, deeper, he make it. If Brandon Cooks don't jump early, it happens. Anybody saying they? By the way, and I want to address the cheating allegation. I want to know on what planet, on what earth, in what media company would rather have Drake May's Patriots versus Bo Nix over Josh Allen. What league would rather have Bo? Y'all keep saying the NFL wanted this. That's what Bills fans are saying. I'm just going to address Bills fans. On what planet would the NFL prefer to have Bo Nix over Josh Allen?
Yeah, I mean, if the NFL wanted to choose, I'm pretty sure they would choose the 2 rematches, of Rams, Seahawks, and Patriots, Bills. I'm
worried about that a little bit. But on what planet would you choose it? I want to know what planet. Maury's back with us. But not only that, Maury, they said Vegas made the call. Vegas picked Buffalo.
I said what I was saying was, I don't know if they heard me to say it again. I'm pretty sure that the league would have wanted to market 2 rematches of Patriots, Bills, and Rams, Seahawks again, instead of Patriots, Drake May versus Jarrett Stidham. I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure they would have marketed the other guy.
I'm gonna say them Broncos is the last team out of any playoff team that they wanted to go for. Let's go look at it. Texans got a generational one of the best defenses we have seen in years. Generational, people would say. They'd rather have them in there. Of course, you'd rather have the Patriots is the name, the Patriots. So, of course. And then you had the Bills, Josh Allen. You would 100% rather have Josh Allen and Bo Nix in the playoffs. The 49ers, that miracle story. You rather have that in. The Seahawks, you rather have them in. They're more exciting. Rams and Bears are way more exciting offensively than the Broncos. The Broncos is literally out of every team there, with the last team they would rather have in this. So this argument that they made the call to cheat to get them in is insane to me.
Of course, but
they made less money off this because they got Jason Statham playing. They will have probably 10 million less views than they would have if he didn't play.
People got a people, man. They got a people.
I get it. It's Buffalo though, so I get it. Next up, you got anything else on the Bills, Broncos? I broke down the plays on the break. By the way, people that said they cheated, that game should have been over in overtime because they should have called a safety when the ball was at the 2-yard line because 3 people held. But yeah. They did. They held 3 people. I didn't complain about it because you don't want to end the game off a safety, off a holding. So I didn't
they just let it rock. They let it rock.
I wasn't mad at it, but if we're going technical off the referee cheating, the game, if they called it straight down the line, y'all would have lost the game before that.
Matter of fact, before we get off, since we talking about cheating, we do gotta say about the other quote unquote interception. Look, people, and they're gonna compare it to the other game we're gonna talk about. Look, let's just be fair. The rule of a catch, even though we're gonna talk about what a catch is in the NFL, the rule of a catch is technically a receiver must have two hands on the ball, maintain control as they go to the ground, and survive the impact of the ground. That is the technical definition of a catch. If I'm wrong, Zell May will tell me. So by contesting, the problem with the catch and why it wasn't ruled when he was down is because by the time he hit the ground, the ball was in contest and he did not have complete security of it away from the defender. Therefore, when the catch was completed, by the time he rolled over, he wasn't the one that completed the catch. It was the interceptor who took the ball from him. That was the problem.
He didn't get the ball. The ball fell out and just came in his hand.
The same thing. Like,
y'all like showing screenshots. I hate screenshots because they don't tell you the whole story. But the ball came out when he hit the ground and it rolled underneath his arm and it fell into his stomach, the defender's stomach. Meaning, if he would have rolled over, the ball would have hit the ground.
I said they gonna want to be like, no, he had to come. Like, look, this ain't the Dez Bryant thing that said this. Is just no, he did not complete the catch when the receiver dropped this necessarily when he was on the ground, and the defender took it. Like, look, I'm sorry, it's not a catch necessarily by the rule of the NFL.
I do want to say this. I hate that rule, by the way. I think it's stupid. So I'm not gonna disagree with you. If you say it's stupid, I agree with you. If the ground can't cause a fumble, it shouldn't be able to cause an incomplete pass if I caught it the first time. But I hate the rule. But if you want to argue that, I'm with you. But if you want to argue by the letter of the law, because I know you want to argue Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams, they held him up to steal the ball from him. He was trying to get on the ground. They was holding him up, trying to steal the ball. It was nowhere near the same thing. I know people are like, it's the same thing. I'm like, no, they are holding him up. They are grabbing him and making sure he doesn't hit the ground. So the other guy can strip the ball from him. And he still hit the ground as they try to hold him up. He's allowed. Listen, if they start doing that, it ain't no rules. If you just let people just hold him and do that, DB's finna have a field day. We finna start just beating up people.
Or defense gets so excited they can start pulling their miss, but no, they ain't go that far.
As soon as he catches the ball, hold him up and let's just punch the ball. Start punching him in the stomach. Start just seeing just start jabbing. But the next game I want to talk about, we're gonna stay in the AFC, then we're gonna get to the NFC game. Texans and Patriots. And what I want to say is, I want to say this. CJ Stroud looked in that second quarter. I'm gonna just say second quarter. I don't know if I ever seen a more defeated player in my life. And the second pick wasn't his fault. The other three was all his fault. All right, in that second quarter, did you know he threw a pass that hurt his receiver?
Oh, he threw one of those? Oh, boy.
He threw it behind him, and his leg, he threw it so far behind him, he tried to stop and catch, his leg gave up.
Ugh.
That's how bad the second quarter. And matter of fact, the other two picks he threw was all behind the receiver, too. Besides, now the one he just threw up in the air, I don't know what that was. That was a peewee play.
The one where they tell you don't just throw it up in the air for anybody to catch it. Don't do that.
That led to a touchdown, by the way, that basically won the Patriots the game. But yeah, he played awful in this second half. I saw Dan Orlovsky said 31 other quarterbacks would have won that game for the Texans, and I'm like,
but there's a reason why I don't like. There's a reason why we don't feel secure in Dan Orlovsky's takes. You know, he's also the one that blamed Josh Allen's offensive lineman for not grabbing the fumble instead of Josh Allen shouldn't have fumbled the ball. He's like, yeah, see, Josh Allen fumbled the ball. Why didn't you grab it? What did you? What? That's not how that's supposed to go.
I didn't expect him to throw the ball 10 yards in the backfield.
That's not how that's supposed to go.
I wasn't ready for it. I didn't know he was going to throw it. He's 20 yards in front of me. I did not expect the ball coming. I wasn't ready. I'm sorry. That's not a normal play.
That's not how that's supposed to go. My job is not to look for the ball. My job is mostly to, defend.
And Murray, he's not ready because he threw the ball 10 yards in the backfield. I wasn't expecting that. I was looking at the play. I don't know what that was. That was crazy. He just thought he was slowing that thing.
Boy, like desperation. But to the task at hand. Hold on, let me show up with this one because I'm gonna need to say something and I'm about to be upset. So I've seen a good number of reports and people blaming CJ Stroud, like he threw the game away and everything of that nature, which is true. His bad play did basically accelerate them losing by 12 points. But people seem to miss context behind certain things. So CJ Stroud didn't have Nico Collins out there.
No Nico.
Hank Dale ain't started the game this year. Didn't have the run game because if I recall, they had about 6. I think the first half of the game they only had about six carries for 9 yards. They stopped running the ball. And then his offensive line is garbage. And this is something that's been the last 2 years and got worse this year. So you add all that together, and you end up with a quarterback who's very shell-shocked because he's been hit so much and run for his life so much that he doesn't feel secure in the pocket anymore. Because CJ Stroud is a very good quarterback on his rookie year. And after their rookie year, they've basically shredded the offense. They haven't invested in the offensive line, or it hasn't gone well for the time they have invested in it. The receivers have suffered for it. And so it's like, yeah, he played bad.
Joe Mixon unfortunately got hurt like bad.
Mixon didn't play. So the team didn't play well, but he didn't have a good they've abandoned their offense. Most of this year they abandoned their offense. Like they didn't try to get anything at the trade deadline necessarily to supplement those offenses. Like we're gonna go out with Woody Marks, the bad offensive line, and all that kind of stuff. And then people are like, what did y'all expect? Like he didn't have anything out there. And then the worst part, people act like this isn't what the Texans did with Deshaun Watson, because Deshaun Watson, great Texans quarterback, was lighting the league on fire. Then he had a bad offensive line. They didn't put extra stock into it like they needed to. And then they traded DeAndre Hopkins in his prime.
Hey, that was crazy.
For beans. They let Bill O'Brien ruin the offense of that team. And then after that, this is what the Texans have done twice to great quarterbacks. When they were great at the time. Sean Watson, I don't know what's going on there, but when it was great at the time, they basically destroyed the Chargers. Okay, that's good, but they actually destroyed their offense, and they've done it again, except worse now. Now you had a rookie who was very promising, and they've destroyed it to where you have no real hope on offense because your offensive line is in tatters. You don't know if your running back's gonna come back. You don't know if your second wide receiver gonna come back, and the other wide receiver, Jaden Higgins, shout out to him, okay, but it's just I blame CJ Stroud some for the bad performance, definitely, but it's also the sum of all the parts that have been building up for 2 years. Like if anybody else is gonna get blamed, you look beside CJ Stroud, your offense coordinator you hired this year, your general manager who decided to not put nothing else on this team to supplement the stuff that you lost. Your head coach who's like, I love D'Amico Ryans. Wonderful, great coach. The offensive side of the ball cannot be ignored. And then we also look at him like, okay, if you saw CJ Stroud struggling, why you leave him out there? But just Davis Mills, the team did look solid when he was there throughout the year. He might not have been that bad. Threw 4 picks in the first half. Davis Mills come out and throw 4 picks in the second. Oh, well, it was it. But come on now, bro. 120 plus sacks in 3 years. Like, come on. Like, at a certain point, you got to look at the Texans organization and be like, what are y'all doing to the quarterbacks you're getting lucky enough to have?
As you said, there's a problem before D'Amico Ryan.
And it's continuing. Like,
so I don't even. And by the way, he's not a coach that probably get like a lot of say in things because he's like a fresh coach.
Which is why I said general manager, because they've done this twice.
Yeah.
This is the second quarterback that did well, and then they gutted their offense. Like, come on, bro. At a certain point, we got to start looking at the management. Like, why did this keep happening?
He said his career might be over, unfortunately. As D'Amico Ryan said, he don't know if he'll ever play again. So
I'm so sorry for him. And Tank Dell had a pretty rough injury as well. I pray he's able to come back too. But
both of them had bad injuries, and they were probably two of them offensive players they were depending on most.
Mm-hmm.
So So Tank Dell was supposed to come back to his next season and have a big year. And then like Joe Mixon, if you saw last year, you know how good Joe Mixon was for the Texans.
Yeah.
Even with a bad offensive line, Joe Mixon made a lot of stuff better.
Yeah, they have to trade away offensive line pieces though, but whatever.
So, and then Nico got hurt right before the game when we found out. so it's like even less. Then
He got concussion. He got concussion, and they see he couldn't go. I'm like, oh my god, it's over with.
Schultz got hurt in the game, so it's a lot. But at the same time, at the same time, it's some stuff you just don't do, and
I want to say Stroud played bad, but to me, it's the sum of what's been going on these 2 years.
That one pick, like I said, Pee Wee players get benched for that. Like you throw that ball up like that, then you get benched. I don't know who would do that. That's when you start questioning if you want to play no more. That's like one of them. Fuck it, I don't want to play no more throws. You ever just seen it like I'm tired of this shit, I don't want to play no more.
TJ, go to the Cardinals. They'll do you a lot better right now.
I don't know how I feel about Mike McDaniels to the Chargers though.
I like it because now if as long as they can have their offensive line be solid, I like it because he's gonna be able to make the most out of explosive quarterback like Justin Herbert. He's gonna be able to do really great things with their offense, especially if they get like with the solid run game. They got Vidal.
I ain't gonna lie.
Huh?
I wanted them on the Eagles. I
thought he would go to the Eagles. It would have been a really good pickup for the Eagles, to be fair. But the Chargers ended up sneaking him, which is fine. Like I said, he'll be able to unlock good parts of Justin Herbert, make that run game really look like something special. The stuff he can dial up as an offensive coordinator is going to be great to see. So I'm hopeful. He has pieces there that he can work with. I think that's really good for him. Like I thought the Eagles would try to snag him, but apparently they have other things to try to plant. Other people they want to go for. Cool, but I'm happy with it. I think it's a good look.
But back on the game, Patriots. All that we said, that scheme that they put up is a hell of a scheme.
Mike Vrabel and that coaching crew back there.
Like some play. I don't even know what defense they running. That's how good they do. They schemed up well. Like there's some of the parts on defense. I like the Broncos, the Seahawks, the Broncos and the Seahawks and the other teams. You don't even know the names of the Patriots players. They just end up playing well. So they just scheme up. They have a great defense set up like that. Scheme wise, it confuses quarterbacks. Like they had Justin Herbert looking lost the week before as well. He didn't look
amazing. They are just really the sum of their parts. Not Mike McDaniel, Josh McDaniels. Getting him back over there as offensive coordinator has been able to unlock them offensively with pieces that don't look impressive. Nobody's really looking at Kayshon Boutte to be a bust-out wide receiver that's doing great things. Nobody was thinking Stephon Diggs coming off of an ACL injury will be able to still do it like that. And then on defense, like I said, some of the parts it don't look impressive on paper, but it works. It works.
Dude, and they be confusing team like crazy. So shout out to them. I don't want to take no credit away from them. Like I said, the only reason I'm at a CJ Star because he just, especially that one throw where he just threw it up. That was like Patriots. That was the Patriots shouldn't have got the interception. He just threw the ball up and led to 10. That's nothing the Patriots did. I'm tired. I'm getting hit. I'm tired of this shit. Just throw the ball up.
No, I say it just didn't look good. Like like I said, there's parts of it that's some of the parts of what happened 2 years. But no, at this point, he looks like a little bit of I'd say shell shock was a good. Like he looks shell shocked. Like I didn't be hit. I don't feel secure in the pocket. I gotta get rid of this ball. He ain't really giving himself enough time to put a lot of air on the ball, under throwing passes, stuff like that. Just
by the way, let's put it like that. Caleb Williams threw a bunch of picks. Josh Allen had what we just say 5. He lost the ball 5 times. 4 turnovers. They all played, but it's just a look of what CJ Stroud gave. Looked bad.
He looked shell shocked.
Like I said, Caleb Williams had a bunch of picks too. We don't think about it because he also made a bunch of plays because he just looked cocky. At one point, I forgot he threw 2 picks at one point in the game. You know what I mean? He was just playing way that you don't like. Oh. I forgot he threw them interceptions. When they told me he had 3 at the end of the game on the last one, I said, he had 3. Then I remember early on in the game, he threw 3. He threw 2.
I mean, people tend to forget. No, CJ Stroud didn't look good against the Steelers. It's just in the fourth quarter where they bust out 30 points. People tend to forget about it in a blowout, but he didn't look good against the Steelers for 3 quarters. He just didn't throw 3 picks. But,
He threw what, 2?
Yeah, I want to say he just didn't throw 3 picks immediately, but
he didn't play good at all that game either. But shout out to his defense led that one though with that pick 6 and the fumble strip.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Like I said, it's just that. But if you want to transition to the Bears game,
yes.
this will be the last time you can talk about the Bears. We can finally put this to rest. I'm appreciative that there'll be no clips shown of anything I've said prior to this. You can bury the Bears talk now. Get it out your system, Grandpa. It's over with. It's done. They're in Cancun, and your takes can go to Cancun with them. Go ahead and get it out there. The floor is yours. You can be done with it now. We're done.
Listen, shout out to Welcome Down Williams. He did it again. That throw, that 4th and 4. I've never yelled. He did the same thing CJ Stroud did, except for he connected. That man, I want y'all to understand, Murray, that was at the 14. That was at the 14-yard line. That man threw the ball from the 50. That was how crazy that was.
I will say this though, joking about the Bears. That throw was amazing. I'm not going to stay here lie. That throw was amazing. They always tell you never throw off your back foot. Man had a back foot throw that goes 50 yards easy. 50 yards easily. And it was a dime. The bill was beautiful. Beautiful. I'm like, bro, if this man, shout out to Caleb Williams. Like, the transition he's making is really, really good. If this man gets his accuracy down to where he don't average a pick or 2 a game and gets above 60% of his passes, because I think right now he's hovering around 55 or something like that. If he gets
after playbook yet.
If he actually gets to where he's completing 65% of his passes like that on average, more accurate, and gets those accuracy parts up, that man gonna be a danger to the league. He gonna be an outright danger to the league. The arm talent is amazing. You clearly see that. He got the run damage he can do with his legs to be able to throw on the move and everything. If he gets his accuracy down, the man gonna be a danger to the league.
The week before Monterey, he clicked his ankles, leaning out of bounds to his left, threw the ball right shoulder, threw a dime while the man was running upfield with 2 people in front. I said, I don't know what it is about him, and when something bad happened in the pocket, if you keep him in the pocket, he'll throw a pick. But if you have him on the run, he's gonna throw the prettiest dime I ever seen. I'm like, don't keep him in the. I'm like, if I'm another team, let him stay in the pocket. He's gonna throw interception. Do not let him run around, because it's gonna somehow he gets more accurate when he runs around. I don't know what it is. Shout out to the Rams. Matthew Stafford did Matthew Stafford things again. Shout out to the Bears defense. They played very well. They played way better than I thought they would. The Bears defense.
I actually thought it would be more of a shootout. I really did, but they decided to clamp down after the first quarter, and it just really became which team made less mistakes, and it just ended up being the Rams. That the interception they got at overtime was a really good interception. They just able to make the plays they needed to make when they needed to make them at the end. Like I said, it was close, but they was able to make it. They snuck out. So, shout out to Matt Stafford, the Rams crew. They did what they needed to do. Because, boy, that game was gritty. It was ugly. It was in the snow. But they grinded it out. Like I said, the Rams don't necessarily have the best history in snow. Nah, ain't no more snow. They get to go back to Seattle, and we get the trifecta of the third game, which both of the first 2 games have been nail biters to the end. They've been great games to watch. So I'm really looking forward to this third game just to see the show that Mike McDonald and Sean McDermott are about to put on. This is going to be an NFC Championship game. Woo!
I'm looking. Last time the Seahawks didn't have all their starters on defense, but I'm wonder how the Matthew Stafford going to handle that defense. That's a very good defense with healthy. I think the second time they played, I think they were missing their number 1, 3, 4, and 5 corner. The Ricky
I can't remember. But we will see because the second time they played, they also Devontae Adams, that number 2 receiver, was missing as well. So it's gonna be good to see who's gonna be able to adjust better this third go around. And both teams are clicking just in different ways because after the Rams with this game was able to show they still have the clutch gene, they can win ugly. Because this game was ugly. Like, it was an ugly game. It was in the snow. It was rough to get out there. But they showed they can win ugly. And then they already showed previously in the first game that they can win high scoring. So it's going to be a good game to see because Seattle dismantled the 49ers. They just outright destroyed them. And
they beat the dog. That game wasn't even worth talking. That's why we saved it for last because we're going to just skip over.
Yeah, it wasn't really much to talk about. The team, 49ers were very injured. They went out there and they got mollywopped, as people at work say. So shout out to the 49ers. You gave the good old college try. You managed to upset the Eagles, so you got Vegas some money after that. Yeah. We'll see y'all in Cancun. Hopefully everybody get healthy and stay healthy next year.
Yeah. That game was we might want to transition to that game was a little bit. That game was a beatdown. 49ers fought until they couldn't fight no more, and at that time it just became too much.
Mm-hmm.
It was too much. C-Mac got hurt in the first quarter too. We saw on the tight end, Kittle got hurt last game. At that point, too many injuries happened. You just like, I don't care how much good coaching you got. The further you get in the playoffs, the further you get in the playoffs, the harder it's gonna get. Sooner or later, the backups gonna be backups. I don't care. You can coach them as much as you want, great as you can. Sooner or later, the backups are going to be backups, and they just couldn't. They couldn't handle that buzzsaw that they just got hit with. like C-Mac got hurt. He was getting hit, by the way. Seahawks get hit.
Yeah, they were. The Seahawks were lighting them up on that. They were trying to knock them folks out of this game, bro. Whoever was on the field was getting lit up in that game. They were trying.
Yeah, but that's the end of the. Hold on, let me see what we. Oh yeah, there we go. That's the end of the conference championship. We went over every game. Let us know your thoughts on the game. What do you think about what happened in the game? What you think all happened? Who you blame for the game? How much do you blame C.J. Stroud? Do you give him 50%, 40%, 30, 20, 100?
I give him 40. I give the offensive coordinator 20, and I give the general manager 30. That's where I give the blame to for all the mess that happened that night. Well, yeah, that's why I give. I give that's why I give it. Because man, oh man.
Yeah. How much you give blame to Josh Allen? I don't know. Let us know in the thing what's your
that's about even about 60-40, 60% him, 40% their defense.
That's fair. I think the defense had at some point the defense was in bad situation.
Like they was in bad situations. Like I feel like they could have been a little bit better, but they did enough to win. Like that's what I'm saying. I don't think they did enough. They gave up 33 points, sure, but they did enough to win at certain parts. It's just Josh Allen like doing just some bad turnovers when he did happen.
And as we go, y'all know.
Take your bets because this is the Keep It 99 money line.
It's to keep it on that money line. We're going over the conference championship. We're doing our predictions, our picks. First up, of course, the first game on Sunday, January 25th at 3 p.m. Eastern at Empower Field in Mile High on CBS Paramount Plus. Go check it out. The New England Patriots at the Denver Broncos. The Patriots are a -5. What you have, Monterey?
I got the Patriots winning because this is the third game where they're facing the same kind of scheme. Really good defense, questionable offense. This is the third straight game they're going to get this. And if you haven't noticed, they're getting better at facing this type of style. First game against the Chargers, they only scored 16, but they was adjusted. Second game against the Texans. Now, mind you, with the Texans, there was also in addition to 4 interceptions. But with the Texans,
what was a touchdown?
With that being said, they managed to score 28 points in the second game with a little help from CJ Stroud in that offense. They scored 28 points. Or even you want to take away the touchdown that was given them, they scored 21. Third game. Now, mind you, as we go up, the defenses are getting a little more questionable and the offenses are getting worse. You went from Justin Herbert and the Chargers to CJ Stroud, and now you're going against Jarrett Stidham. Nobody has faith in Jarrett Stidham other than Sean Payton and the Broncos organization themselves. Nobody has faith in Jarrett Stidham. And Jarrett Stidham ain't played a game in the NFL starting in 2 years. So therefore, nobody has faith in Jarrett Stidham. And the Patriots have played 2 games of this similar style. Yeah, I got the Patriots.
So you don't think he can pull his Nick Foles? Listen, my team got history of a backup just randomly coming in the playoffs and winning the Super Bowl.
The Eagles was also loaded.
But I'm gonna say this: Nick Foles was an NFL starter for like years. so he was already an NFL starter. So Jason Stidham has played what I think he's 1-4.
Yeah, I think he's played 5 games
in his career. Nick Foles was a starter for years in the league. So it's a very big difference between Nick Foles and Jason Stidham. It's a big gap. I know people are like, oh, Nick Foles. I'm like, Nick Foles was an NFL starter.
If Sean Payton win this game, he deserves to be coach of the year.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that too. People forget Nick Foles was who did he start with? He started with the Colts, didn't he?
I thought he started with the Eagles and then left the Eagles and then came back to the Eagles.
Yeah, I think that too. So he also played with. He started with the. I think he started with the Bears a few games.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
I think he started with a few games in the Jags.
Well, Nick Foles in trouble.
No. Let's go over the list. He started late in the season with. Let's see. He started off with the Eagles from 2012 2015, where he started. So he had years to start. He played with the Rams. Well, he started with the Rams for a few games before he got benched. He briefly played in 2016 with Alex Smith. Then when Alex Smith got hurt in 2016, that's 2 years before Mahomes. And then 2017 to 2019 is the year we won the Super Bowl, so he came back. So yeah, he had 3 years of starting and then partial of 4th year.
That boy been traveling.
He played after that too, but yeah, he had 3 years of starting and then he had partial 4 years, so that's 3.5 years of starting games. And he only had to win 3 games that year. So I don't think Jarrett Stidham, who has only started 5 games in his career, and only won 1, by the way, is going to be the one to do it. So I'm going with Patriots by the spread. I think they win by more than 5 points. That means at least a touchdown. I would love for Jason Stidham to surprise me.
I would.
Then I realized how much I would hate the Super Bowl.
I would, but don't worry. I got not a soliloquy, but I have something to say after we get through these predictions. Oh, I got something to tell you, boy.
But like I said, it'd be a fun story though. It would be a fun story. Jason Stidham led the Broncos to the Super Bowl. I don't know how I would like it in the Super Bowl because I think if he plays one specific team, that he's gonna get bum rushed, and it's not gonna be pretty. But they're still Mount 5. You got any key performers on something they do betting wise? I think RJ Harvey this game will actually get his carries because I know last game he was supposed to get 13, but he ended up only getting 6.5. I don't think that's gonna be a problem in this game. I do not think that's gonna be a problem.
No, it's not gonna be a problem unless they fall behind early.
Bo Nix threw the ball over 40 sometimes. I don't think you're getting 40 plus throws in this game. Which confused me, by the way, because they only had 10 carries against the worst run defense in the league. 2 carries in the first half, which threw me off. They was up 13, and they were still just throwing the ball every play. Then they ran the quarterback, which ended up breaking his ankle at the end of the game, which I'm like, why are you not running RJ Harvey? Why are you running the quarterback and making him slide? He breaks his ankle.
Yeah, that was a stupid play by that was a pretty stupid play by Sean Payton. It's like you could have just ran your running back that you want to run 6 times, but you run your running back.
And the quarterback had 12 carries. I'm like, against the. By the way, the Bills are one of the best pass defense in the league and the worst run defense. So let's not run the ball up 13 points.
I don't understand what going through some of these coordinators and head coaching head when they see stats, know the statistics, and just completely go against what seems like common sense. I don't understand.
I would get it if both the running backs didn't average 4 yards a carry. Now I think RJ had 3.8. I think the other running back had 5.2, which is over average like.
It don't matter. They've only run the ball 6 times.
That's true. So they didn't even have a chance to even get in the rhythm of running the ball. They only ran 2 at halftime, by the way, and it was up 13. Which I'm like, why don't you just run the ball in the second half? Which I think gave because if you look at the game, they gave a lot of 3 and outs, which ultimately I think led because they didn't run the ball.
Yep, it gave him a chance to get back in the game.
Gave Josh Allen a bunch of chances to, even if he throw picks, to get back in the game.
So you went towards their strength instead of their weakness. Their strength is pass defense instead of just run defense.
But a lot of people in their thing. So I do think RJ Harvey this week will get his 13 to 15 carries if he get it. I also think the Patriots going to run the ball pretty well. I don't know which running back will. I have to study which one. They run based on, I think.
Yeah, it's basically committed between Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson. It just depends on who got the hot hand.
It's a little bit of Travion Henderson week because I think they want to try to outrun the Broncos. So I would look at how many carries Travion Henderson got. Receivers, I would be scared to pick any Broncos receiver. But if you want to be, I would look at the number 2 receiver for the Broncos because I think they're gonna focus on Sutton because they're probably gonna think he's gonna focus on Sutton. So I would be looking at. I'll look at a little bit at. Is Mims hurt? Did Mims get hurt? I think he's not hurt, right?
Marvin Mims.
I know he got hurt toward the end. I know Franklin and Pat Bryant are questionable, but I think Mims will probably be a good look for you if you want to look at that. So I would be looking at Mims if you want a risky pick because I think they're going to focus on Cortland Sutton with Franklin being out because I wanted to see who was out because I knew Pat Bryant and Franklin was been out. Evan Ingram would also be an interesting look because I think they might try to throw a lot of short passes to the tight end to make up for it. So if you were doing best, I'll take that. Stevenson, Drake May, I think you might have some easy picks on that too. But y'all let us know who do y'all think in that game to make any what do you think, Murray? What you think gonna be a big impact on the game? I know you don't do best, but you think somebody gonna be a big playmaker in the game that we ain't gonna expect?
That you won't expect?
Yeah.
I would have to say it's going to be probably going to be the run game of the. It's got to be the run game of the Patriots, mainly because we have to be considerate that this is still Drake May's first playoff run, and he hasn't been spectacular during these defensive games anyway. So what's really going to be the key matchup is if they can get some kind of pressure through the run game with that dual-headed running threat of Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson. They're going to have to do it that way because you're not just going to throw. You don't want to just have to throw against the Broncos defense, which is good, albeit they more or less play to their opponent, but they are good. You don't want to give Surtain and the rest of the boys out there a chance to pick off Drake May. So it's going to have to be the run game, getting work on the ground to get the game under control, especially because the game's not in the Patriot land. It's in Denver. So it's going to be a hostile environment. You're going to want to be able to do something simple. The run game is going to be the key to the Patriots getting them a victory.
Yeah, I agree. So I would be looking at the running backs for the Patriots. Whichever one you think going to have the game based on what. Go look at some reports, see who the running backs is, see which one going to get most of the carry this week. They usually do it by committee based on the team style. I think it's going to be Stevenson this week based on how they played last week was more of a physical game, so they wanted to run physical. They wanted to keep the ball away from Will Anderson, run at him, not around him, because you don't run around him. The Broncos got a really good defense. I think they're number 1 in sacks, right?
I'm not sure. Maybe.
I think the Broncos are number 1 in sacks. Let me make sure. Let's see who's number 1 sacks in the NFL this year. I know Myles Garrett. I'm talking about team. I know it's Myles Garrett. Who's the team sacks? Actually, it's the New England Patriots.
Ooh, well, well, this might not go too well for Jared Stidham, but we shall see.
Yeah, Broncos are 5th. Texans
That's
are
still
6th.
good though. It's basically 2 top 10 teams in sacks.
Yeah, so turnover differential, the Broncos are 1st with the Rams. Seahawks 3rd, Green Bay 4th, Eagles tied with 4th.
Man, forget this. Go to the real game.
No, that's postseason. Let's go over the regular season. The Broncos is number 1 sacks in the regular season. So it was the Broncos. I was right. I was like, this is the postseason. I knew I wasn't crazy. So the Broncos are the number 1 team in sacks. By the way, they were dominated. They were 11 ahead of the Falcons, who was 2nd. I told y'all that Falcons team.
Forget this. We're going to the real game.
All right, well, next up game, we got the team I supported, my number 1 on the power rankings versus
the team I've supported majority of the year, the Los Angeles Rams. Yes, we are on opposing sides straight up because I know he's picking the Seahawks. I don't give a crap. I am straight up picking the Rams. I think it's time for this to be settled.
By the way, if you have been watching the show, shout out to y'all that watch the show every week and come in. Some of y'all come in after. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. But if y'all know the last few weeks, Murray had the Rams. We had to see how they played, and I bragged about a week for the Seahawks win. So now this is his chance of revenge, which also I was hoping for the Bears. That way I could just rub it completely in.
Yeah, but the Rams came through and showed Bears a little too early for you.
But yeah, so we got to see Seahawks and Rams Sunday, January 25th at 6:30 Eastern, Lumen Field in Seattle on Fox. So you can have the Fox One Network. The spread is the Seahawks at home by 2.5, which means actually they're picking the Rams to win because home field automatically gives you 3 points in betting. For anybody that don't know, meaning they're picking a 0.5 point for the Rams, so they automatically give that for the home team.
There are some suspect things to be mindful of in this game. Zach Charbonnet, the touchdown leader for running wise of the dual-headed monster that's in Seattle. He did tear his ACL last week. He's not going to be in this game. So all of it's going to be on Kenneth Walker, which he did show last week that he can, carry the load if need be. But it is something to be mindful of, that Charbonnet will not be there to cancel some of that load. Also, Sam Darnold does have a very strange oblique injury that he's working through still. So I'm not sure how limited or accurate he may or may not be in the game. Like he didn't have to do anything against the 49ers. The defense just completely destroyed them. So he didn't have to do anything.
He haven't had a chance to have to do anything most of the last 5 games.
Yeah, like just to be fair, like he didn't really have to do much last game. Kenneth Walker, the run game, and the defense completely destroyed the 49ers. So he didn't have to do anything anyway. But this is going to be a game that if they win, he is going to have to work. I wouldn't even be surprised if the Rams loaded the box to make Sam Darnold throw the ball because they know his oblique, which I believe the oblique is what? It's his arm injury, isn't it? I believe that's what the oblique is. So if I'm right, they are going to want him to throw the ball. That's how they beat him in the first game early in the season, by making him see ghosts. They're going to want him to throw the ball.
It's the size right here.
Okay, so it's size. So they're gonna I'll say that way it's a little bit different. They're gonna want to try to put pressure on him. They're gonna try to get him to move. They're gonna want him to throw the ball because no matter how you look at it, he's the weak link of the team. So they're gonna want him to throw the ball. They're gonna want him to see ghosts. They're gonna want to put pressure on him because that's how you beat Sam Darnold. That's how you beat the Seahawks. They're gonna try to do that because they're gonna want to try to limit the defense pressure that they themselves receive as much as possible and try to limit the run game of Kenneth Walker. And if they win, Sam Darnold's going to have to play. It's not going to be a choice around it because I just don't believe that they're going to be able to just destroy the Rams just in any capacity like they did with the 49ers without being able to have Sam throw the ball. I just don't see that. Stafford and them are playing too well. The offense is loaded, and they have a really good head coach. And the defense, I feel like for the Rams is like bend but don't break. That's what I feel like their defense morally is. Like they give some leeway to the teams that they play, but they are able to make plays when they need to. So I do think this game is going to be close, just like their last 2 games have been. These are 2 NFC opponents that know each other. They've been here all year. I'm picking the Rams because if I got to pick up a team coming up clutch, I'm going to pick the team that has come up clutch twice already in these playoffs versus the team that has been able to coast for the first 2 weeks. I got the Rams.
I'm picking the Seahawks. I think their defense dominate. Their defense has been leading them all season. One of the best defenses in the league. Not quite as good as me as the Texans, but boy, they are hungry. Only reason I only say they're good as the Texans is only because Texans have names. Seahawks have a bunch of players. Seahawks have a bunch of players that look hungry. And if you look at their DBs, you don't know who they are yet because this is the first year they showing out. But they showing out. They don't let nobody catch nothing. 49 look like we can't get open. And all of that defensive line was coming like they was hungry. They are a hungry defense and elite level defense. But if Texas are a generation of the defense, Seahawks is like one of them great defenses. I'm not gonna say they're generation. They are not generation.
It's gonna be clutch. Like it's gonna be a challenge. Because like everybody's gonna be tested, to be fair. They're gonna be tested. The Seattle knows the issues and the threats Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams will put on them. Puka, the last game they met up with, put up over 200 yards and had 2 touchdowns alone and ruined my fantasy league. So we already know what they will do if they have the opportunity. And then the Seattle Seahawks, just JSN is there. We already know that they are able to throw the ball and launch it down the field if they can get the space for it. It's gonna be something to see. I think this might be the game of the playoffs if it all goes like it's supposed to. We've had some really good clutch games. This might be the game because I'm assuming both games can't be, bad. I don't expect a lot from the Patriots game just because I expect it to be more of a defensive battle, more grindy, slow paced. I expect the Rams and Seattle to put on a show. I expected that from the Rams and the Bears, but I expect that because I expected both the defense to let a lot of the air go out. They didn't let that happen. So, because they didn't let that happen, I believe this game will be more of just an outright challenge. 2 potential Coach of the Year candidates, 2 good coaches, 2 teams that are loaded, 2 teams that got something to prove.
Yeah. But again, the Seahawks also gave Matthew Stafford his worst game of the season in the game 1 they played. So they have did that.
Boy, that's it. It's been rough. Now I think on the opposite end, the Rams have also given Sam Darnold his worst game of the season. What was he in goes for 4 interceptions? This good game where 2 teams have 2 things to prove.
Yeah, so we'll see. It's gonna be a great game. I'm looking forward to it. The money line is Seattle 2.5. Monterey picking the Rams to win outright. I'm picking Seattle to win by at least 3. So I will say the Seahawks will cover the spread. Monterey saying they won't. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Who do you think have a big game? I think Kenneth Walker get over 75 yards. I do think that JSN, does he get over 100? Does Puka get over 100 in this game? With the starting corner actually playing him this time without being hurt.
So if I got to pick somebody to go off, I'm going to pick Devontae Adams. Like, he wasn't around for the second game, and, he's rested up. If the starting corner is going to be covering Puka a lot of times, and we know Puka is going to be running a lot of quick slants, quick routes and stuff like that, that would leave Devontae Adams with the best possible mismatch that they would have. The only other person that I think may have a big game, I always lose the name of their tight end. Not Tyler Higbee. It's is it Tootin? Whichever one, like the tight end for the Rams may also end up with a big game. But other than that, they might just have to try to get loose with Kyron Williams, who hasn't had, I think, a monstrous game quite yet. They might have to try to get loose with him too. But I'm thinking somewhere between Devontae Adams and their tight end, because they're gonna have to try to find some space so that Puka can have some wiggle room. I think that's gonna come from trying to get over the top.
Well, when I say come back, Devin Witherspoon didn't play in the first game. For people that don't know, Devin Witherspoon will play this game, so he will have Puka do this, and Tariq Woodland will actually be in this game, I believe, and he will actually be Devontae this time. Josh Joby was the one that played him last time. Josh Joby got killed by Puka. If y'all don't know, Josh Joby got annihilated, but he's usually the slot. He usually plays slot a lot. He plays outside corner when Woolen been hurt a lot this season, but he's a Pro Bowl. Witherspoon is literally one of the best. Devin Witherspoon, young player. I know y'all don't know these names. As I said, you don't know the name. These are literally some of the best two corners in the league. I think both of them are Pro Bowl. It's
gonna be good. And I think they're gonna have to try to get some pressure from maybe either the running back or just maybe the tight end, like somebody like Higbee or whoever the tight end. Just gonna have to try to like get some wiggle room out of it. Otherwise, they'll win the game by exploiting the offense of the Seahawks, which would be making Sam see ghosts and stopping the run game to where he would have to throw. Which the run game just more. It's not. It might not be as bad just because you won't have the twin-headed monster this time. So it just depends on what they're gonna have to get out of the run game. If the offense can't get started for the Seahawks, we're gonna have a long, ugly defensive game. But we will see.
Yeah, I do think players I'm telling you to watch out for. Shaheed. I think he's gonna have a big game this week. I think so. That's an underrated player that you might not be looking for to have stats. I think Shaheed is going to play very well. He's finally getting into the offense because he was fresh off of what trade deadline from the Saints. So yep. I think he's just now starting to get involved in the offense. He started the game off for the kick return, which basically won the game because that's 7 points to 6. Okay, so you see the plays he made. I think he's gonna get some more screens. He's very dangerous. He almost busted a few last week. Some miscommunication, misthrows from Sam Darnold. He caught it, but it was behind him, so it slowed him down a little bit. I think he's gonna have one of
the best offensive teams versus one of the best defenses. We're gonna have a show. But before we end, I need to warn people before y'all go to this weekend and we get to this that no matter who wins the Super Bowl this year, we are going to have some very uncomfortable conversations. Uncomfortable conversations in this offseason entering next season. I'm just going to put this in framework for you real quick, like Grandpa. If the Broncos win, that will lead to a quarterback controversy between Bo Nix and Jarrett Stidham going into next season because it'll be a Nick Foles situation all over again. That's the easiest of the conversations. Second, if the Seahawks win the championship, that would mean that Sam Darnold would have won a Super Bowl ring before the other 3 people that he was drafted with, which was Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen, which is going to be a disgusting conversation we have to have. Third, if Matt Stafford wins the Super Bowl, he will enter the 2-ring category, which would put him in contention to be ahead of Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger, among other people, which is going to be an uncomfortable legacy conversation you have to have.
Yeah, Ben got 2.
Ben got 2. Aaron got 1. Drew Brees got 1.
Matthew Stafford had an MVP though. I don't think Ben didn't get an MVP. Did
I don't think Ben has an MVP. But I'm just saying, conversations is going to be uncomfortable to have.
I'm saying, the conversation that if Ben ain't got MVP plus 2. Well, I don't know.
If he gets the MVP still up for grabs between him and Drake May. And then speaking of Drake May, I'm going to tell you that this is going to be the ugliest one. So if Drake May goes into this year, let's just say he wins the MVP. He gets an MVP, a Super Bowl win, and a Super Bowl MVP. You're going to have to start having conversations of who's better between him, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen, because he's going to instantly enter top 5 conversations. And between those 4 quarterbacks, you're going to have to start putting them in order, which Joe Burrow's claim to fame is making it to a Super Bowl, and Drake May would have done that and won a Super Bowl in his second year. The conversation we're going to have is going to be really uncomfortable.
Joe Burrow made his in the second year as well, but he's been wrong ever since. But
it's going to be really uncomfortable.
It's going to be some real interesting conversation. Again, Rex Ryan, quit telling me Josh Allen the greatest quarterback to ever live. I can't watch Get Up without hearing you say that. That man literally got on TV last week and said Josh Allen has never lost a playoff game. His defense did. And then we'll also have to talk about the Patriot dynasty if they win too. It's gonna be even uglier. By the way, the Patriots and Chiefs still since 2010 have been in the AFC Championship game. One of those 2 teams for the last 16 years has been in the AFC Championship game. Matter of fact, and since the Broncos in it, they've been in there a lot too. We looked at the stat of who won the conference championship. It's Broncos, Patriots, and Chiefs with one Bengals in between. They're the only teams who won the AFC. So it's how many? 16 teams in the AFC?
Yep.
3 in the last 16 years has won the AFC Championship game. That is how much Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady, and we can include Peyton Manning, has dominated this conference.
Yeah, it's just been nasty work. It's really just been nasty work.
NFC has almost had every team.
Yeah, the NFC has been a dogfight. The AFC, yeah.
AFC, we have the Panthers with Cam Newton been over there. The Seahawks
the Panthers have been there. The Packers have been there a few times. The Buccaneers have been there with Tom Brady. The Lions have been there. The 49ers have been there about 2 or 3 times. The Bears haven't been there recently. The Rams have been there. The Seattle Seahawks have now been there. The Seahawks have now been there. The Saints have been there a few times with the Drew Brees years. The Falcons were there during the Matt Ryan MVP year.
All the names that went to the Super Bowl.
Huh?
Look at all the different teams that have been to the Super Bowl. The AFC has been 3 teams. And to be frank, it's mostly been 2. Because I think the Broncos been twice.
Yeah, the Broncos was there twice in the later Peyton Manning years. That was it. And otherwise, it's really just been the Patriots and the Chiefs and one Bengals show up.
Yeah, so it's been literally dominated. By the way, we got to get – I see people say the greatest quarterback. I'm like, listen, give Patrick Mahomes credit. Y'all don't understand how hard it is to win to go to the Super Bowl, 5 times?
I think they was there like 6-7 years straight, something like that in the AFC Championship.
Yeah, it's 8 years straight. Well, this is 8 years, so it was what? I think it was 8 years straight. It's 7. It's been 7 years straight because he lost to Tom Brady and Joe Burrow. So 7 straight years going to the AFC Championship game, winning it 5, and going 3-2 in the Super Bowl. I want y'all to understand how hard. If Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco retire, he would have more Super Bowls still than everybody else in the league, including because it'll be Jalen Hurts got 1, Matthew Stafford got 1, and whoever win this year.
You talking about Super Bowl wins or just Super Bowl appearances?
Super Bowl wins.
Oh yeah, he gonna have more than everybody combined.
He will be tied. Literally, he'll be tied because it'll be Jalen Hurts, Matthew Stafford, and somebody. That's if Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco retire this year, going into next year. That is hard. I know we expect it from him because he won so much, and we don't give him credit. We don't give him credit because he wins so much, but I don't think we realize how hard what he does is. But I think we also give credit because Tom Brady dominated too. So he just came right in after Tom Brady.
I ain't know what to say.
In of Tom Brady. And the NFC been a crapshoot. Whoever wins, it just be like the Bears have made. I think you said the Bears made the Super Bowl. Did the Bears make a Super Bowl?
No, not recently. The last Super Bowl I believe the Bears have made was when they went against Peyton Manning. I think that's the last time that they went.
That wasn't in this.
No, that was in like the early 2000s.
Oh yeah, that wasn't. That was 2007. Yeah, so that was right before the 2010.
Well, late 2000. Yeah, that's the last time I think I remember the Bears getting there.
Yeah, so that was close to 2010, but it wasn't quite. But if you include 2007, the Patriots dominated 10-2. We want to be honest. So we go back. The Bears made an appearance since it wasn't the Chiefs and Patriots. So every team besides the Cowboy have made it to the NFC Championship games. Or am I like, who hasn't made the NFC Championship game in the last since 2005? Let's say 2005. Last 20 years beside the Cowboy in the NFC. The Cardinals have made it. Cardinals made the Super Bowl.
Dang, the Vikings did make it. Yeah, it might have been every team except the Cowboys.
So let's see. The
Vikings had the Case Keenum year where they got destroyed by the Eagles, I believe.
Oh yeah, NFC Championship. That's right.
So the Vikings made it. I think every team has been there. In the last 20 years, I think every team in the NFC has been there except for the Cowboys.
Yeah, they lost in 2018 to the Eagles in the NFC Championship.
Even the Washington Commanders got there last year because of Jaden Daniels.
So literally, the Cowboys ain't been to the NFC Championship game since 1997. Every team has made it since 2005 except for the Cowboys. Jerry, you gotta retire, bro. You gotta retire. Every team in the NFC Championship game has made it to the NFC. If you're in the AFC, you can just say Tom Brady and them was in the way of you. But you're in the NFC where everybody made it. You can't be the only team that hasn't made the NFC Championship game. You can't be. Matter of fact, I think y'all only won one playoff game.
No, they've won two.
Two.
I know they've won two.
They won one.
Oh no, you talking about since then? Oh no, they won more because Tony Romo has, I think, 2 wins and Dak has 2. If I remember right. I think Tony got 2 and Dak got 2.
Tony is 2-4. Let's see what that Prescott record is.
Might be the same thing.
That'd be crazy if it's saying that. We done found. Yep, Dak is 2-5. So 2-4,
Okay.
2-5.
I remember right. They both have won 2 apiece. So that's about it. So.
But we got some quick stories we're gonna go before we get out here because we do have to cover a thing. The Bills locker room reaction is leaking, and we asking questions. Everybody want to answer. Who is next? We are tracking the top candidates to replace Sean McDermott. Breaking down salary cap. We ain't doing all that. I don't know. I was gonna do that if we had more time, but I wrote that down. But we're not gonna do it. So, what you think about the Sean McDermott fire? Who can they find that's better than Sean McDermott?
That ain't the question I'm asking. I just want to know what pitches do the general manager have on the owner to not only retain his job after this, but get a promotion to president of football operator. I need to know because I don't understand. And like I said, some sports shows actually mention this amazing. How did the GM get away with not getting fired when Sean McDermott was your guy from day one and you put the roster together? So the fact that you don't have any top flight wide receivers on the offense is your fault. I don't understand. The fact that the defense can't stop a run game cold is your fault. I don't know what all these defenses that have let Josh Allen down in the playoffs is your fault. I don't understand how you got a promotion and Sean McDermott get fired. He got to have pitches. Like you got to have pitches on the owner, bro. There's no way that makes sense. But not only did you keep your job, but you promoted. Like I thought Brian Dable getting fired, but John Mara keeping his job was already off the wall. And then I get this one, bro. Like how do these general managers keep their jobs when it's their coaches and it's their decisions that got the? I ain't worried about who become the coach of the Bills. The Bills just, matter of fact, go and get an offensive coach. It ain't like and just get Brian Dable as your defensive coordinator and go and get some college coach to be offensive, whatever. Because I don't understand how your president kept his job. I really don't. But
it wasn't a good GM, but not the president. But I don't know. It's a weird situation.
Man, gotta have pictures, man.
He also had a chance to make trades earlier this year for some receivers that was open.
Could have literally got Jalen Waddle, bro. Oh my god.
He said no to Jalen Waddle, and he chose Brandon Cooks over him. So Brandon Cooks made plays, but he ain't a number one.
Man could have got Jalen Waddle.
Bro. He could have got Shaheed from the Saints before Seattle got
Could have got Shaheed. Could have got Jalen Waddle. Could have got Shaheed. I didn't keep a job, bro. How? Bro, how did you keep a job? Just go on.
Yeah, so I don't know. Y'all let us know who y'all think they should get. I don't actually know who cause most of the great coaches I thought was be great already signed to their job.
Go get Kirk Signetti. Go get Kirk Signetti. Please. Go pay him whatever you want. Go get Kirk Signetti. At this point, go get him, please. Like if he can turn IU around in a year, he can turn the Bills into a dynasty. Go get Kirk Signetti, because at this point, I don't even understand.
I don't have nothing to say. That's a good segue.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. I win. Google me.
We are reacting to the already legendary Fernando Mendoza Miami homecoming big game in the championship. For y'all don't know, he's from Miami. ESPN made sure to let us know every 30 minutes that his family is from Miami and show us pictures of him and the kid in the crowd. They made sure to know that. It was an absolute scene for the Indiana Hoosiers national championship, and asking, is this the greatest single season turnaround in college football history? Miami is stunned. But is the U back? With Cristobal, the two Nick Saban disciples. Great game, by the way. Is the U finally back? Can they be consistent here? That's what I'm asking.
No. I'm not gonna say they can't be consistent, but I'm not gonna say they back because one, your quarterback is going into the draft and become the number one draft pick, going straight to the Las Vegas Raiders. Like, so I can't say
the U go is the back can the U become consistent?
I'm still gonna say no. Like, this was the greatest turnaround in college football history. This was an enigma. This was a shocker. This is something that nobody expected to ever happen and has never happened in the dozens of years of college football we've had.
That was last place.
Like, I think the last time we had this kind of turnaround was what, like in '96, something like that. It was Florida. It was Florida. Florida was the last turnaround like this. It was Florida.
The old coach from Steve Spurrier.
That was the last time we've had anything like this, and this trumps it because Cincinnati ain't even had no 4 stars, no 5 stars. My bad, no 5-star recruits, none of that stuff.
Yeah, 8 4-star.
It's hard for me to say that the entire U can be consistent like this with following a scheme that has never happened in 30 years. And as a matter of fact, nothing like this to this extent has ever happened in college football history. It took that kind of act just for IU to become national champion or to become even relevant. I can't say that the whole U can all of a sudden pop up with 3 and 4 stars and be able to go toe to toe with the SEC.
Miami, Murray. I asked both questions. This is a great turnaround for Indiana, and is the U back? And can they be consistent here? The U in Miami.
But no, I'm saying no. I don't. I don't think so. Because I mean, Miami as a whole, and Carson Beck. I ain't gonna say he's amazing. Like he's
Carson
up and
Beck
down.
like 20. Carson Beck like 30 years old. Like that.
No, I'll say he's been the lead too, but I'm saying he's not
quarterback. They do have the number 1 quarterback transfer coming in. They didn't need it the last 3 years. I don't know.
I don't know if Miami can be consistent like that. Because I also expect some of the defensive players to go straight to the league too. So I ain't
them leaving. It's over.
So I'm gonna say no. It was already a bit of an enigma just for Miami to get this far too. So I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say I don't think they can. I don't think this is gonna be consistent. I don't think so. Not right now.
Yeah. We gotta see how Cristobal do. I think Cristobal is a great coach. I think Cincinnati is probably the best coach. The Nick Saban disciples are all the best coaches in the league because I put Cristobal up there as one of the best coaches. Y'all know how we feel about Kirby.
I mean, he beat Ohio State, so I mean, you know
how we feel about Kirby. Kirby is, of course, one of the best coaches. And Cincinnati, they all Nick Saban disciples. So the best coaches are Nick Saban disciples, as we expect, one of the greatest coaches in college football history. But I'm gonna agree with you, and I'm gonna say they talking about is this Indiana team one of the best teams ever. I'm gonna tell you the truth. This team will get blowed out by the best teams you ever put in the league. That 2019 LSU team would blow the doors off this team. I love Pond, but you put number 1 quarterback, one of the top quarterbacks in the league. We put him in the Big 4 with Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. Pond ain't holding neither one of them.
I was about to say, you want to put a team against the LSU team, a couple of the Bama teams, a couple of the legendary Bama teams will sweep.
The 0-1 Miami team? No. And I'm gonna tell you a big reason why.
Yeah.
Those teams had 5 stars on the bench because they couldn't transfer.
Yeah, I was say I don't. Nah.
Teams now, every team in the league from here forward will not be able to stack players like they did. Listen,
even with all the LSU money, they ain't gonna just be able to stack them. They got now coaching is gonna matter way more than it used to because you just won't be able to have the overflowing amount of talent just coming in.
Well, I don't feel coaching, recruiting is part of coaching, but I don't feel recruiting.
I mean, I would say that too, but just coaching is gonna matter just because you can't just stock like Georgia, Clemson, Bama, LSU, and Ohio State can't just stockpile a lot of talent from the SEC and everywhere else. Like, no, they're gonna have to actually get what you can and then just work with it.
And I think that's why Indiana won. They got a bunch of older players who've been with Cincinnati and JMU. They came from JMU with him 2 years ago. And they grew together and they're like 23 years old and they're all like 23. So they all older players. that team can beat a team now because half those teams on Georgia and Ohio State already left to go to another team to start. Whereas back when LSU played, Alabama had probably 4 running backs that's finna go to the NFL, and they have to sit behind each other because if they transfer, they have to sit out a year and miss a whole year of their career. So they just stayed and waited their turn. Because you'll have like Damian Harris, who Alabama's mad at. You have like
they stayed stockpile offensive linemen, so they sure did, boy.
Think about this. Alabama at one time had like 5 NFL starting receivers on their team at one time. It was
they had a whole offensive line because they were rotating quarterbacks. The quarterbacks, some of them didn't even deserve to get to the league, but they were rotating people like A.J. McCarron and had him going first rounder and stuff like that because they had offensive linemen out the wazoo making them
for 2 years because he had like 5 people starting over him that was like veterans. That's how hard it was to get in. Now those same great players can go to another team and start instantly. Why would I stay? And I get paid to go to another team and start instantly. So why would I sit on the bench and get paid less money? I can't. That's why you ain't gonna see. That's why you shouldn't compare no team now to that LSU team. Because I think LSU was like 2 years before they opened it up because they were pre-COVID. So yeah, they didn't have NIL and transfer portal open. So any team before like that 2019 team and below, you can't compare. That Miami team had Frank Gore as the 4th string running back.
Whoa. That sounds egregious.
Sean Taylor was on the bench playing special teams because Ed Reed and them was starting. Right? You comparing this Indiana team to a team like that? Come on now.
No, I say no. They're not.
I love Mendoza. Mendoza will be in hell trying to play that team.
No, I say they're not beating up. No, like
it was Jeremy Shockey. What's the other one name? It was Kellen Winslow Jr., Jeremy Shockey, and Greg Olsen at tight end on the Miami team.
They're gonna bully. They're gonna bully him. No, they don't do it. Like I said, they done great things.
Mario, you want to know the receivers? Andre Johnson, Reggie Wayne, Santana Moss.
That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
Who y'all holding? I love you, Pon. You're a great player. You're gonna be in the NFL one day. You're gonna be a great corner, I believe. You is not holding Jamar Chase and Justin. You can pick one. You wasn't holding either one. You can pick one.
It ain't gonna go well for the one. It ain't gonna go well for you no matter who you pick, and the other ones are gonna go ham. Like nah.
Hey, Paul, I love you. I think you're gonna be a great corner. I think you're gonna be good. But in college, because I think you develop in college, pick which receiver you want to get beat by. Because Joe Burrow throwing the ball. It ain't like you playing, at least with Miami, the quarterback was Ken Dorsey. And Ken Dorsey was just okay. You got Joe Burrow throwing him the ball. You in hell right now. Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase might be the 2 best receivers in the league right now. So you have both of them on the same team. It's crazy.
Like
them Alabama team was crazy. You had Will Anderson. You see what Will Anderson doing in the league right now? You think they couldn't hold Ruben Bain last night? You think they can hold Will Anderson? I love Ruben Bain. Ruben Bain is going to be an amazing player. Will Anderson was different at Alabama. Will Anderson was a dog at Alabama. Will Anderson had 35 sacks at Alabama. Ruben had 4 sacks this entire year during the regular season. Come on now. No, this is not one of the greatest teams. This is the greatest Cinderella story. I love this team. It's a great Cinderella story. But that team would get dog walked by them teams. The Alabama, even that Georgia team in 2020, they would get dog walked by. It's just
the 2020 Georgia one?
Well, 2021 Georgia.
Talking about the one with Justin Fields on it?
No, Justin Fields be Ohio State. I think it was 2021. 2021 Georgia was they beat. Was it? Was it the year they lost Alabama or beat Alabama?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of the Clemson team. Oh, that Clemson team would be disgusting. The one that had
they lost Alabama twice, so it's not that one.
I'm thinking of the 28 Clemson team, the one with Trevor Lawrence on it.
No, they ain't beat that team.
They ain't beating that team. Nah, that's the one that had Travis Etienne and Christian Watkins on it. Nah, they ain't.
He's outside.
They ain't doing that one either, bro. That was gonna be disgusting. Not even the one with the 2016 one with Deshaun Watson.
We're not beating them team. Come on now, we gotta stop. They ain't beating the 05 Texas or USC team. Reggie Bush is
Like I said, I love some of these great teams. Not the last 15 years.
no, they ain't beating a lot of these teams. But I do want to. But I love this for college football because of the NIL and all this stuff. Teams like Indiana got a shot.
Yeah, it's gonna be some more teams like this. This is gonna pop out of nowhere and do great things.
Ole Miss. If it was the old school Alabama and they could just hoard talent, Ole Miss not beating them teams.
No, but Ole Miss next year, Ole Miss might make some more noise, and I'm happy for them.
Yeah, they got a good transfer portal and all that. But what I'm saying is, they not. It's not.
No,
but
absolutely not.
But NIL give people a chance, which is why I'm also mad at Lane Kiffin for leaving. Because I'm like, yo, you don't have to go to a big school no more.
Hey, I'm getting paid more money, and I'm gonna be able to use more money.
That don't mean you're gonna win.
But I get paid more money.
Actually, wasn't gonna get paid more money, but he get to use more money. Ole Miss was gonna match whatever offer. He just wouldn't
get more famous. I go to a bigger school, get more famous.
Yes, but like I said, you just seen them do the Indiana won championship. Indiana was the most losing program in the history of college football 2 years ago. I think they like the fourth most losing this team now.
I was even talking about it. I was talking about with our homeboy. Like, even with this national championship win, Indiana ain't gonna be. I highly doubt they be ranked number 1 next year. I think they might hit top 5.
All leaving next year. All the players leaving.
They're
4 years old.
Like, I don't know where they're gonna be ranked at next year. Like I said, I know Mendoza's automatically gone, and we're automatically gonna tank them.
The backup quarterback just left for Georgia Tech. His brother just went to Georgia Tech.
Yeah, his brother left. But I'm saying it's automatically gonna tank them. So I was trying to see where would they be ranked next year. Could them winning and Kurt Signetti being there is gonna give them some bit of clout, some people to come in, and then they'll even get the belief like, well, Signetti didn't do it with 5 stars last year, so why would we doubt them as much? So they'll get some kind of clout, but I think the max would be like top 5. I just can't see them really going no higher than that, just because I don't think that you're gonna get the clout to have anything higher than top 5. And it's gonna be crazy considering they're like one of the first national champions that won't be top 3. But oh well.
But even then, you did something nobody expected you to ever do. You good at Indiana for the rest of your life. You'll never get fired from that school.
Oh yeah, he said it's over.
The same thing with Lane Kiffin would have had Ole Miss. You'll never get fired. You know what happens if you don't win multiple times at LSU? Listen, Ed Orgeron won that 2019 team. We talking about Ed Orgeron. He won chip. That man was fired 3 years later.
Hey, Lane said, "I'm getting paid and I'm famous. It's best for me."
I'm like, it's a danger in that, dog. If you would have been this far to Ole Miss, you would have been set for life. But
I'm set now because I'm famous.
But I don't know. It's up to you, man. You do what you want. Well, I ain't here at you. But we got one more topic we got here. We're gonna be trying to get quick with it so y'all can have your time. But we do have the NBA All-Star game, and I thought I had it up, but I don't. Where are you at? Did I put you on? I was actually, but NBA All-Star game started. Let's go get this. In 2026, we have, as I stated earlier, LeBron for the first time I think in 20 years is not starting in the All-Star game. What we got is the Western Conference. We have Luka Doncic, 6th selection. Steph Curry, 12th. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 4th. Nikola Jokic, 8th. And Victor Wembanyama, 2nd. Starting. The leader in it, who led this? Who led these? They didn't say who led these. But in the East, Giannis led it with Tyrese Maxey is a starter for the Eastern Conference. Jalen Brunson, of course. Cade Cunningham finally got it now. Jalen Brown, who has led the Celtics on a rise. He kind of figured himself out after the early season start. And then Giannis, of course, I think he led all people in votes. I know he led the East. No, Jokic led all people, and then Giannis. Players, by the way, also didn't rank him that high. Who else was on it? Anthony Edwards was 4th by players, 7th by. Apparently, the fans didn't really pick Ant, which is interesting. They picked. Denny Adventure got 5th. I like Denny Adventure from Portland. I've been bragging about him all year. But he should not be ahead of Ant. I don't know what's going on there. Who else was ahead of Ant? That was 7. Who was Victor was 6, 4th, 3rd. Who was that? I guess he's not even on the list. Who the 5th? Yeah. Oh yeah. So all right. So he was there. He was 7th, which I think the fans screwed Ant. But which is interesting because before he the face of the league. But it be foreign people be voting a lot of that. Y'all mean used to get voted in. He wasn't even playing. So what you think about the NBA All-Star Game starters? Are you shocked that LeBron or Kawhi or Durant not starting? Or Evan Dingy? Anybody you think should have started that's not?
Like LeBron, look, it's a bit shocking. It's a bit shocking that LeBron's not in there, mainly because I felt like the league would want to keep his streak going because he's headed towards his swan song of like, his last year or a few years, however way you want to go with it. So I figured they would have want to keep his all-star selection lineup strong. Now it's not too late. Adam Silver could also the league. I'll say Adam Silver. The league could, or the coaches could vote him in there, put him in there anyway as all-star reserve, something of that nature, and they just have to take out somebody that's a little bit on like the outside looking in. It's not really many names, but they just want to take out somebody like Jamal Murray or Booker or whatever case may be, and put LeBron in. It ain't like his stats wouldn't justify it. Like the man has 22 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, or 6 assists, 7 rebounds. Like it's not like his stats ain't good. It's always LeBron's stats. It's that good, just average, good, whatever for him. But if they just wanted to add him in there, people might be a little upset because they're like, he's showing favoritism. I mean, the man is the face of the league right now, so it's not completely, questionable why they would do it. Other than that, the rest of the lineup's fine. Like, yeah, if you want to argue Ant should be there ahead of Steph Curry, I'm not mad at that, but I also understand.
But they probably had to. They wanted Steph on them.
But I also understand the All-Star lineup is really more about popularity than it is just about your stats. Like, it's just the truth of the matter. It's the combination of both, to be fair. But it's more about who's going to put people to actually watch the All-Star game. And, like, if you ask people which one is going to put more people to watch the freaking thing, it's going to be Steph Curry or Ant Edwards. It's going to be Steph Curry. I understand that. That's why they went with that decision. And I don't really have a problem with it. Like, especially if you compare it, ask me like which one's playing better. Like, hey, which one's playing better is different versus, who's actually just gonna put butts in the seats for the All-Star weekend. So I get it.
For the players,
go ahead.
I said for the players, Jokic got number 1. For fan rank, he got number 2, and media rank, he got number 2. So he's like, I say he's the most dominant one out of this. Luka got 6 by the players, 1 by fans, and 2 by the media. European fans love Luka, by the way. I don't think Luka's season is the best, so I don't know how you got. Players, Shy number 3, fans 4, and media rank Shy number 1. Steph Curry by players, a lot of respect from players. Everybody know how players respect Steph Curry. It's like rare how he's respected by the player. 2, fan rank 3, media rank 6th. So they didn't think he deserved to be there that year. Victor
the media is gonna be like he ain't playing that well, but like I said, fans and like, bro, they know Steph Curry is gonna put butts in seats.
Yeah. Victor Wembanyama by players is ranked 7th. 6 by fan, but the media put him 4th. And Edwards is 4th by players, which players thought he should deserve it. Media put him as 5th, which they also think he should start. But fans put him 7th.
The baby mama drama went against him.
Denny Avdija, by the way, if y'all know, he's hooping for Portland right now. Shout out to the white guy. He's hooping. 10th by players. No respect for the white guy. 5th by fans, which is big because, again, he has a big foreign audience. 9th by media, so ain't much people respect him. But he probably did take Ant's spot by making Ant 5th. 7th instead of 6th or 5th. So they probably would knock Ant out. Kevin Durant got 5th by players. Always going to be respected by players. 9th by fans. And 7th by media. LeBron was 8, 8, and 9. Kawhi was 12, 13, and 8. Higher by the media. Fans, he was far down the list with fans and players. Giannis, of course, was number 2 by players, number 1 by fans, 5th by media. Cade Cunningham was 1 by players, but you gotta give him respect. He's hoping for.
Yeah, right now them and the Pistons are. They're hoping.
Yeah, so 4th by fans, which is respect, and 2nd by media. Cade Cunningham getting a lot of respect. You know who getting a lot of Maxey 5th by players, 2nd by fans, 3rd by media. Maxey's having an amazing season. Brunson is 4th, 3-3, which basically make him and Maxey kind of tied. Then Jaylen Brown, number 1 by media, which shocked me because I swear people tell me the media hates Jaylen Brown. But he's number 1 by the media. Mostly probably because of the work he did to get Boston the 2nd seed after that rough start.
With no Tatum to go against that, it's just an easy pick.
Yeah. 3rd by players, which is still respect, and 5th by fans. Again, fans probably don't see Boston.
Fans don't care.
Yeah, so but players gave him respect and put him 3rd. Donovan Mitchell was 6'6", which is weird. But
it's more because the Cleveland isn't doing well as a team, so they don't give him much respect.
so he was basically the 6th. He's the 6th man, regardless, because he hit 6 in every category, and he's the 6th man in the All-Star game voting. Carlton Towns was 9-7-7. Jalen Johnson. By the way, if you haven't watched Jalen Johnson play, oh my God, bro, have you seen Orlando play?
Not much.
Jalen Johnson is having a season right now. Jalen Johnson is
you said Orlando, not Atlanta.
I'm in Atlanta. All right.
Yeah.
Jalen
Johnson. He is partially the reason why they was okay with trading Trae Young.
All right. He's averaging 23, 10, and 8.
That's why they was okay with trading Trae Young.
I think what is this? This is 3rd season?
Second or third season?
Yeah, the second or 3rd. 23, 10, and 8 in your 3rd season. It's crazy. 3rd or whatever season he's in. It's early in his career. This before he's 24. This is before his prime. Hit in 23, 10, and 8 before your prime is crazy. This is one of the best in the East. Michael Porter Jr. somehow got on this list. Shout out to him. He be scoring, but they don't.
He been balling too.
He don't play defense. I don't like people don't play defense anymore. Brandon Ingram got 18 and 13 with Toronto, which I haven't seen much Toronto, but I heard he's been doing really well. But that's your all-star voting. Anything seems off for you again before we got it?
Nah. It's fine, more or less.
All the one I had a problem with was Ant. I thought Ant should have got in over Steph Curry. I felt like this year was showing that the younger people lead now. But I guess
it just would have been. I feel like it just really would have been awkward. Like we're gonna have to get there anyway. It just really would have been weird to not have Steph or LeBron in the All-Star game, because then it's just like, are you gonna be able to make enough fanfare for people to actually care, other than people who really care about skills? Like you're gonna need some kind of face being there. Like I said, Ant could have been there, but you could have put somebody else off of the bench, but it would have.
To me, you could have put Ant over you. Luka too. I know Luka's scoring while Luka don't play no defense.
No, but the All-Star game don't care about defense anyway.
I mean, also Ant got probably the best clutch stats since Michael Jordan in like 92 right now. At the end of the game, he does not miss. I think he's like 68% shooting. And
this is Jalen Johnson's 5th year in the league. Oh goodness.
It's still 24 years old. It's still
yeah.
As long as he's 24, 25 and under is when you start hitting your thing. He's still 25, 23, 10. It's great. I don't think Giannis got started hooping. He was like 25 for real. So
yeah, something like that.
So he's been on the last 6 years on Terra thing. Oh wait, I'm Cute Merch. Go check it out on the website.
Buy the merch.
But the only thing I have, like I said, my goat Wemby. So he gonna make these niggas play, or he just gonna dominate. You say I might score 100, they don't want to play. So I'm like, all right, bet.
Go for it.
Score 100, they don't want to play. Score 100, I'm for it. That will set. The people will watch. If somebody say, hey, Wemby just dropped 100 because they didn't want to hoop, and people gonna watch. I guarantee you, if he had 50 at halftime, people gonna start watching.
If he get 50 at halftime, people gonna start playing. They gonna be like, bro, you ain't finna scope. You ain't finna pull a Will Chamberlain on me. Like, nah.
Well, he did his job, didn't he? I guarantee you people gonna watch that second half because it's gonna be crazy. And I'm gonna like if you score 100 points is crazy because we ain't never seen it.
I'm telling you, all the league gotta do, bro. The league just needs to go ahead and put on that one-on-one tournament. Pick you 15 people from the league, put the one-on-one tournament, and be done with it. I mean, 16 people from the league, put the one-on-one tournament. They gonna play. You ain't gonna let nobody embarrass you one-on-one. Nah.
Put Michael Beasley out there. Bring some of the old players too to just like challenge them in the first round too to make it interesting. Michael
Oh,
B.
boy,
start
that'd be okay.
rubbing nipples and everybody gonna be like, "What the?" I promise
Yeah,
you.
it's time to end the show off there. Yeah, we gotta know it's time to end the show.
Lance Stevenson, somehow that man got me to care about him versus Lance Stevenson. I promise you I didn't, but him talking like crazy, will be all up in your shirt. And I'm like, all right, this is weird, but I'm gonna watch this game. I do appreciate you. Monray, where can I find you?
Oh, it's your boy Monray Hudson everywhere. It says Monray Hudson, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads. Does it still exist? And of course, on Make It Make Sense podcast, weekends, Saturdays. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, if you don't remember, just going down into the description, it says a simple thing. It says overall99media.org. You click that link, you go down, you find this picture, and you click it, and it take you there. I mean, it's so easy for you. Just find the picture of Monray. And just find the picture of the person you want to follow, and click that picture.
And click the follow button on everything.
Yeah, and it'll take you to what it is. Or you can go to the page. Mine is the CEO page, co-owner page, everybody's pages. All the links send you somewhere. It tells you it's a simple website. Like I said, we're going to make it a media kit a little later on. We got to build some stuff up, and then I got to get with all them later on sometime, probably February if I ain't moving by then, trying to figure out what I'm moving. If I ain't moving, we'll just work on it then. And then we'll have a media. It's going to be like a media setup later this year, like I said. So it's going to be a fun time. We're going to be transitioning and all that stuff. It's going to be a good time. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a great year. I appreciate y'all for watching. It's been a great show. Good season. NFL season almost over. We got next week, and then we got a week off, and then another season. And we'll be almost fully NBA. I might talk about random golf or something. I don't know. College football. We might do our practice and all that. A lot of fun stuff coming. I'm also going to do a review on the new Game of Thrones show, the Knights of the Seven, whatever it's called. Even though I didn't know it came out because they didn't announce it really that much. So we're gonna get to it. It's a lot of content. Gonna have fun, motivational content. All that. I'm talking too much. We out. Peace.
What's the score? What's the game? Who's the player? What's the name? Zelmay spins tails like fireflies in the dark. Monray's verdicts leave a mark.
Closest you're gonna get to perfect, but not quite, not tonight.
Keep it 99. Oh, so close to the light, but you'll never hit the shine. Keep it 99, it's the closest you're gonna get to 100, yeah.
Unique coast flow cuts like a knife, twisting rhythms full of life. The storyteller whispers truth in the night. Fraud judge rules with a crooked side.
Closest you're gonna get to flawless, but it's raw, it's lawless.